Good afternoon and welcome to the 2023 Visions Off-Road presented by Can-Am, and this is Ultra4 racing at its finest. You are in for some great racing action through the tight trees at Mid-America Outdoors in Jay, Oklahoma for this double points race. We are about to get this party started. I am Miles Hasquist alongside my good friend, Mr. Jim Marsden. How you doing, buddy?
I am very well, thank you, Miles. It's always good to be here with you. And what a beautiful day we have here in Jay, Oklahoma. I've not been here to Mid-America before, and what a place, what a sight. 1,600 incredible acres, and our guys are going to be out there racing it very soon.
Yeah, it's great to be here. We were out there driving around and showing you the scenes, and this place is absolutely amazing. If you've never come out here, this is now a bucket list item. This is an off-road destination. It's not just racing. There's so much stuff, fun stuff to do with the family, the pools, the restaurants, the lazy river, and so much more. There's so much action. We are short course racing on the short course now. We have downhill Barbie Jeep. We had the rodeo last night. We're about to kick off Ultra4 racing right now. We have Nitro Circus, Nitro Cross. So much amazing action.
It is, but let's talk about what's really important, Miles, and that is Ultra4 racing. What have we got coming up this afternoon?
We're going to start off here in about 3 minutes with live racing for the 4900 stock and the open class. Two separate classes racing at the same time, scored separately, but they're going to take off from when they're qualified yesterday. They'll take off two at a time every 30 seconds. This race is on adjusted time.
Yeah, then we've got another further two classes of UTVs racing later this afternoon. I believe that starts at 3 o'clock. I believe they'll be starting at 3 o'clock with our Pro Mods and our Open UTVs. And I'm very excited about that one. So there's going to be so much action here. Do not miss it, whatever you do.
We have three races, like Jim said. We have a UTV race kicking off now. And then we have the Pro Mod, and then we have the 4600 Spider Track stock class. And that one kicks off 1 p.m., 3 p.m., and 5 p.m.
Yeah, so there's going to be plenty of action here. We've got blue skies. We had a little bit of moisture on the track yesterday, so this is going to be really good.
Well, before we kick off all the action we have here with us, it is time for the greatest song in the world about the greatest country in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand up, remove your cap. Here is the United States of America National Anthem. Ladies and gentlemen, it is about time to kick off the 4900 the 4900 stock and open classes. First off the line is the young man himself, Nathan Parker, side by side with Chris Johnson.
Yeah, it's worth mentioning that we're going to be seeing two vehicles leaving the line side by side every 20 seconds, and the action is literally about to go live. We're looking over our shoulder right now, and our race director, JT Taylor, has the green flag in his hand. Look at these vehicles, Miles. They look absolutely fantastic.
So we have Nathan Parker, Chris Johnson, Aaron Lynch, Ian Dickey,
Joshua Smith, Robert Leibel,
Byron Starrett, Jody Ford,
Brandon Minnick and Jeremy Blackburn,
Tanner Edmonds and Brian Hamby,
Cameron Dickey, Chris May,
Jason Wofford and Robert Price,
Mark McCleary and Mitchell Riconti,
Nathan Seiler and Philip Poe,
Rich Birch and Colin Smith,
Kurt Mackey and Justin Barth,
Coden Willenberg and Cody Quandlebaum,
JT Strickland and Caden Owens,
then Caden Hunt and Josh Owen,
Shane Roberts and Jeff Donda,
Rodney Verrappen and Michael McClure,
Eric DeYoungie and Jackson Plummer.
And then closing on the back of the pack, we got Owen Van der Perren and Dan Hill.
Scott Burton and Todd Rimreed.
And then it's Stephen Rogers and Jason Tidwell.
Peyton Dunford, Cam Zollers, and A.J. Stratman. So we have roughly 44 cars that will be taking off here momentarily here for the 2023 Can-Am Visions presented. This is going to be so much fun. We have Raceline Wheels. We have Handy Industries. It's going to be a great race. 8 miles through Mid-America Outdoors. This is an hour and a half, and then the white flag comes out. So they'll be racing for, it's going to be a great, great run. It looks like JT Taylor, our race director, waves the green flag. Nathan Parker and Chris Johnson on the course.
And we are live here, Miles, at the 2023 Visions presented by Can-Am. And watching all of these fantastic open class and stock UTVs hitting this trail. Now, I got to go out on track yesterday, and I've got to say, I love this course.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Absolutely fantastic. Down through these canyons and valleys here at Mid-America. It is absolutely awesome. And the next two are off the line now. That was Aaron Lynch and Ian Dickey making their way down into the first of the trees.
Aaron Lynch out of Powell, Tennessee, with MFN Performance, and Ian Dickey out of Norfolk with Ian Dickey Racing.
Yeah, and lining up on the line next is Joshua Smith. Joshua was chasing the championship last year, missed out right at the last moment, and running up alongside him is Robert Leibel. Now, Josh Smith is actually pitting with 4400 ace Levi Shirley for this race. Let's see a little bit of that Levi magic has worn off on him as they charge off the line.
So Josh Smith and Corey Nassau out of Castle Rock, Colorado with Smith Brother Racing, and Robert Liebel and Tony Busby out of Quinton, Texas with Liebel Racing. Off the line, it looks like up next is going to be Jody Ford.
Yeah, it's going to be Jody Ford there, and also Brian Starrett.
Byron Starrett. So far, so good. Some great racing is going down now.
Yeah, I love this format. 2 cars off the line every 20 seconds. Now, we had some big thunderstorms here yesterday, and those big thunderstorms have allowed us to clear the air.
So Byron Starrett and Ricky Lehman out of Jacksonville, Florida with Team 904 Racing. Jody Ford and Brant Irwin out of Markle, Indiana with Brannick Motorsports.
And next off the line is car 40, which is Jeremy Blackburn, and lining up alongside him is Tanner Edmonds.
So Jeremy Blackburn out of Pikeville, Kentucky with On the Gas, and then Tanner Edmonds out of Cattlesburg, Kentucky with Edmonds Racing.
And Brian Hamby we've got lining up in the 815, but it's not Brian Hamby, is it?
It is James Cantrell.
You got it. Oh, we're just waiting for James now. Now, James was going to be racing in the 4400 class, but his vehicle wasn't ready.
It was a borrowed vehicle that wasn't ready. So off the line right now is Cameron Dickey out of Norfolk, Nebraska with CD Racing, and Brian Hamby, driven by James Cantrell, out of Winchester, Tennessee with 817 Racing. James Cantrell has Tom Liu riding shotgun with him.
Yeah, and next off the line in 13th and 14th position is car 725 and car 69. That's Cameron Dickey and Chris May.
Chris May with Will Harris riding shotgun out of Townsville, South Carolina with May Motorsports. Cameron Dickey out of Norfolk, Nebraska with CD Racing. Remember, it's 2 at a time every 30 seconds. This race is on adjusted time.
And next on the line in 15th and 16th is Jason Wofford and also Robert Price in the 4954. Fantastic looking vehicle. They're getting the countdown. Any second now, they get the green flag and they thunder off the line.
Robert Price out of Searcy with National State Racecraft, and Jason Wofford out of Ashland City, Tennessee with Razor Extreme.
And next on the line we have the 522 of Nathan Sheila and the 614 of Mitchell Riccoli. Now, we had down here on our start order there would be Mike McClurry, but it doesn't seem to be on the start line. So it'll be interesting to see where his vehicle is as these next two leave the line. That was 614 and the 522 of Nathan Seiler.
Nathan Tater Seiler with Brandon Cooper riding shotgun out of Kyoto, Oklahoma with Tater Sack Racing. And right next to him is Mitchell Riccoli 614 out of Beaver Dam, Virginia with ISG Racing.
And next on line is a good friend of ours. It's 06, it's Papa Poe, and lining up next to him is the 4916 of Richard Bursch.
So Philip Papa Poe with Dustin Robbins riding shotgun out of Tupelo, Mississippi with Papa Poe Racing. And Rich Burst with Chad Martin riding shotgun out of Castle Rock, Colorado with Genesis Motorsports.
And next off the line, already lining up, is the 335 of Colin Smith, and next to him is the 64 of Kurt McKay.
This is the 4900 stock and open classes, 2 at a time every 30 seconds on this 8-mile course here at Mid-America Outdoors. Kurt the Rocket Mackey out of Elkhorn, Nebraska with TR Racing, and Colin Smith out of Ashland, Kentucky with BRS Motorsports.
And lining up next is none other than Justin Barth, and in the 529 is Cody Willenborg. I was chatting to Justin yesterday. He was looking very relaxed as he was drifting his way down the lazy river. So what's he got for us today?
There's so much great stuff out here. Everybody's brought their family, their kids, and they're making an absolute vacation out of this amazing racing. Justin Barth and Anthony Yount, number 417 out of Springfield, Missouri with Barth Racing. And then Cody Willenberg with Randy Dassenbrock at 529 out of Effingham, Illinois with CW Motorsports.
And next off the line is Cody Cotterbaum and also Jonathan Strickland. Car 33 for Cody and 4926 for Jonathan. Lining up there as we make our way through this field. They are in 26th and 27th position on the start line. And they get the green flag from JT Taylor and they thunder off onto this incredible course.
Q-Bomb Cody Quattlebaum, number 33 out of Macon, Georgia with Bandit Off-Road Racing, side by side with JT Strickland out of High School, Tennessee with 865 Racing.
And lining up next is the 465 of Caden Hunt and also the 375 of Josh Owen.
And Josh Owen actually has his son in there driving for him. Really cool to see that. With Tyler Harvey riding shotgun out of Westminster, South Carolina with Mashier Motor Racing. With Caden Hunt out of Plymouth, Indiana with Hunt Motorsports. We'll see Caden's mom and dad racing tomorrow afternoon in the 4400 class.
We will indeed. And lining up in 30th and 31st is the 5016 of Shane Roberts, and next to him is the 4908 of Jeff Tonda. They're getting the 3, 2, 1. JT drops the flag.
Shane Roberts out of Loganville, Georgia with Two Fang Racing. Side by side, Jeff Donda and Philip McJilton out of Wheeling, West Virginia with Metalworks Racing.
Yeah, Shane Roberts had a problem on the line there. He's only just got away. Seemingly the vehicle just wouldn't get into gear for him. But he's off now and chasing hard. He'll be trying to catch Jeff Jonda. But right now in 32 and 33 is Rodney Vaparen and Michael McClure.
Mike McClure with Hunter Hembry riding shotgun out of Ness City, Kansas with Bent and Twisted Racing. Side by side with Rodney Van Eperen and Tony Van Eperen out of Freedom with Van Eperen Racing. They're double dutying this weekend. They're racing the side-by-side series as well.
And in 34th and 35th off the line is 712 Eric De Jong and 227 of Jackson Plummer. Now, as we start to get down towards the end of this list, we have got some vehicles that rolled yesterday as they were qualifying. These are the vehicles that we're starting to see. So we get some fast cars right at the back of the pack, Miles.
Off the line was Jackson Plummer and Andrew Shipman, number 227 out of Farmington, New Mexico with Plummer Racing. Right next to Eric DeYoungie EZ out of Michigan with DBR1 Raceworks.
And then in 36 and 37's car 5, Owen Van Iperen. And then in the 888, it's Dan Hill. And they thunder off the line.
Owen Van Eperen out of Freedom with Van Eperen Racing. Drag Racing, Dan Hill, Double A Dan, out of Omaha, Nebraska with FP Racing.
Then we got in 38th and 39th is the 1571 of Scott Burton. And next to him is the car 95 of Todd Remereed. They're getting the 5-second count from JT, and they'll be thundering off any moment now.
So it is a drag race between Scott Burton and Turbo Todd Remery out of Bennington, Nebraska with TR Racing.
And this car 106 is lining up on his own. This is Stephen Rogers.
And 778, Jason Tidwell's getting next to him now.
Do you know what, Miles? His car is so low, I couldn't even see it behind Stephen Rogers.
What a great shot of the race line start-finish as we speak. JT Taylor drops the green flag, and we're racing with Stephen Rogers out of Chattanooga, Tennessee with R Motorsports. Next to Jason Tidwell out of Gravette, Arkansas with PST Racing.
And in 41st and 42nd, it looks like we have Peyton Dunford and Jason Tidwell, I believe. No, I think that is Peyton Dunford, and I think that is Cameron Zollers next to him. 4906. No, that's AJ Stratman.
Peyton Dunford next to AJ Stratman and Phil Stratman out of High Ridge, Missouri with TTP Racing.
So we have all the runners and riders now out on the course in this 49 UTV Stock and Open A main final. Miles, we've got a fantastic day of racing ahead of us.
What a great way to start out Ultra4 USA during the 2023 Can-Am Visions. We are just getting underway. Thanks again to Handy Industries and Raceline Wheels for helping put on this race today. 2 at a time, every 30 seconds. It is on adjusted time. It is an 8-mile lap, hour and a half, plus the white flag. It's going to be a race to the finish, Jim.
It is indeed. Now, what sort of times are we expecting to get for these laps? We were chatting about this yesterday, and we're saying the 44s we're expecting to get down to around about that 15-minute mark.
I think we're going to get to 14. I think it's going to be a 14 flat is my guess for the fastest lap today.
That's going to be very impressive indeed. Now, this track is very tight. It is very technical, but the ruts are starting to dig out there, and could be an issue for some of these smaller UTVs.
There's a few creeks. One of the creeks, it rained a couple days ago, and it's still pretty full, so we're going to bypass one of the creek sections. We're just going to cross over through that. But there is another long water section. There's lots of hay fields. There's 5 either-ors. It's going to be a fast race, but the ones out in front, you can see there, this is... On the top of your screen, he's going into the creek. On the bottom of your screen, he was coming out of the creek. So that's a great little drone section back there as we're back to the race line start-finish. But, yeah, like you're saying, the course is going to get dug out. The stock class, you can have up to a 33-inch tire. You have to have an OEM chassis. Must use stock suspension points. Reinforcing is allowed. Must run front and body side plastics. Bed can be trimmed to fit a spare 1,000cc max engine and 33-inch tires. And then the Pro Modified class.
Yeah, Pro Modifieds, which we'll be seeing later today.
Oh, no, sorry. The Open class is racing with us now. Exactly. Pro Mods are later. That is my fault.
I got you, mate. It's the Open UTV, so they can have up to a 2,000cc maximum engine, can include the new Polaris Pro R, and basically, if you can dream it, you can build it, you can race it here. And that's what makes this class so fantastic. But look at right now, it was all about that young man, Nathan Parker. Only 14 years of age, Miles, and already on a pole position. Absolutely remarkable display.
We just saw Aaron Lynch cruising through. We've got 4 drones that'll be flying. We'll have 3 cameras on course. We'll bring you some of the best racing action we can here during Visions Week. For Ultra4 USA. This is our 3rd annual Visions, hosted at Mid-America Outdoors, just outside of Jay, Oklahoma. Spanning over 1,600 acres. It's a premier riding and racing park. Extremely family-friendly. Amazing amenities including Legends Restaurant, Power Sports, and General Store. There's multiple cabins, bathhouses, almost 300 RV sites with hookups, unlimited dry camping, laundry rooms, power wash stations, a couple bars, food court, arcade, RC track, pools, splash pad, lazy river, live music, and much, much more. This place is absolutely amazing, Jim.
It is indeed. As you said earlier, it really is a destination location. If you get a chance to come out here to Mid-America, please do so. But we've still got 2 days of fantastic racing ahead of us. Today it's all about the UTVs and, of course, the 4600 Spider Track stock class, which we'll be seeing later this evening.
It's going to be a great afternoon of racing. Please do not miss it. Go to AOE.TV, go to the Mid-America and Ultra4 USA Facebook pages, hit that share button, hashtag it up, and let's show the world what we're doing.
Indeed. And some people have been asking the question, why have we split the UTV classes? Oh, here we go. Oh, we're just looking now. It looks like we've got UTVs coming round.
So Nathan Parker, our physical race leader, is still in the lead on adjusted time, and it's a 14:10. So that's a pretty good guess. I was 10 seconds off.
I'm going to high-five you for that one, Miles. That was pretty cool indeed. So Nathan Parker retains the lead as he comes on round. Let's not forget, he went off the line side by side with Chris Johnson.
So where is Chris Johnson? I can hear some echoing coming through the woods. So is that Chris Johnson, or is it Aaron Lynch and Ian Dickey?
Now, this is the thing. Nathan Parker is a young man, 14 years of age, I believe. Now it's all about racecraft. He's already got a lead. He's going to be catching lap traffic very, very soon indeed. And what's he going to do about that? Has he got the experience and the skill to be able to cope with it? More importantly, as we watch, this is Chris Johnson coming around here now, I believe.
Yes, it is Chris Johnson, physical second and on adjusted time, because they took off side by side. So he already has about a 45-second lead over Chris Johnson.
Exactly.
And right now, Chris Johnson blowing by the AMSOIL hot pits.
Indeed. Now we get back to what I was saying a moment ago. What's going to happen when Nathan Parker comes up behind lap traffic? And he is going to do so fairly quickly, looking at the pace that he's running. Are those lap cars going to realise that he is the lead vehicle? It's going to be very interesting to see what happens out on course.
Yeah, and remember, this race is on adjusted time, so if you're caught, you're already passed. So that's where sportsmanship really comes in. Nathan Parker is fresh off his win in Montana, and he's got a great start of this race. 14 years old, Jim. This guy is on a mission. It is really something special.
It is indeed, and it is great to see. And going back to my thought a moment ago, people are asking, why have we split the UTV classes? This is exactly why we split the UTV classes. It's an 8-mile loop, and we would have had over 100 UTVs racing at the same time. So our race director, he said, we're not going to be doing that. We're going to split the classes down. We're going to run the Pro Mods as a separate class to the Opens and to the stock UTVs, which we're seeing now. And we've got our third car coming round across the start-finish line.
That is the 113 of Aaron Lynch. So physical third and on adjusted time, it looks like.
It is indeed. Now, Aaron Lynch went off the line with Ian Dickey. So where is Ian Dickey? We were talking yesterday about what are kind of issues are these vehicles going to be facing out there. As we were saying, there are going to be some very big ruts. But with those ruts also, these are digging out lots of very sharp small stones. And I think we are going to see people out there with flat tyres, punches, and other wheel issues.
I 100% agree, because just like we were walking the course a little bit ago, those ruts are deep, so there's new rocks starting to form that you didn't see the last lap that are getting exposed.
Exactly. And also there's some inexperienced riders out there. They'll be clipping some of these rocks, dragging them out onto the course, and they become landmines for the next cars.
So there were 44 cars that took the line, and here is Josh Smith, our national points leader a year or two ago.
Yeah,
great to see him still running strong.
Yeah, so Josh Smith has made up a place. He has passed Ian Dickey.
And there goes Jody Ford across the race line, start-finish line. And here's a great shot coming. He is bypassing the AMSOIL hot pits. No, Josh Smith is coming into the hot pits. Josh Smith and Corey Nasso having some issues. And you see he pulls in. It is 25 miles an hour. There is one entrance and one exit. So once you come in there, that's all you get.
And now Jody Ford, he is moving up the field at the moment. He started in 8th position, crossed the line in 4th or 5th.
Brandon Minnick just took off across the race line, start-finish. There he comes on the screen as he bypasses the AMSOIL hot pit, so he gets around Josh Smith and Corey Nasso.
Yeah, now this is a tough break for Joshua Smith.
Mike Park and Jeremy Blackburn blowing by.
We can only guess what Josh's problem might be, but it looked like he had all of his tyres on the vehicle. Fantastic there. Great to see the live scoring. And we can hear the thunder of vehicles in the distance as they start to make their way back through the woods towards us. And I really do like this course, Miles. It's absolutely fantastic. You get down amongst those canyons and in those valleys. It's really epic stuff.
This is an awesome race course. And we just need to give a huge thanks to everybody who makes this thing possible. Thanks to Jason and Gayla Robinette, all the volunteers, the Ultra4 USA staff, AOE crew, the media, safety, USAC racers, fans, and marketing partners. There are so many people behind the scenes that make this happen, and we get to talk about it. It's awesome.
It is. We got our next car coming into shot any second now.
Get a little bit of a hanging a tire there. That is the number 69 of Ian Dickey, I believe. Cameron Dickey.
Cameron Dickey, yep. 69 is the number I normally run when I'm in Europe. So good to see it doing well over here. It looks like the leaders are starting to stretch away now, but Cameron Dickey, is he going into the hot pits? It does look like he might be. I think he just took the wrong line there. Or, yeah, I think he might have made a mistake there. Gone through the pits by accident, or he just hadn't found his pit yet. And there we've got the 430 making his way across the line. And that was the 430 of Jason Wofford there. And still the cars keep coming. Let's not forget we have over 40 runners and riders in this group of UTVs this afternoon. And they're racing for an hour and a half plus the white flag. What does the white flag mean? What it means is when they cross that line inside of that hour and a half, they will get one more lap. Look at this wheel-to-wheel action, Miles. That is James Contrell being overtaken.
Ian Dickey, what a pass right at the race line start-finish. What a great, great shot that was, Jim.
And you can imagine James there with his foot absolutely buried to the floorboards.
He's trying to go through the floorboard right there, giving it all he's got. Another car in the AMSOIL hot pits. Lots of action. We hope to get Pam Hall down in the hot pits later on today, but she's still up calling the side-by-side short course race. We got a few races going on all at the same time, but the fastest lap thus far today is the young man, Nathan the Phenom Parker, with a 14:06, and I really think that time is going to be hard to beat. Can it be beat? Sure, but I don't think you're going to get much into the 13s.
I'll be honest with you, now the way the traffic is starting to string out, there's going to be cars on track. I think that is going to be the fastest lap we'll see today.
Now, do you think the 4400's
we're going to roll over on the final turn as we watch another one of the vehicles crossing the line. So our safety crews will be coming out now. Now, this is interesting. If this vehicle is righted by our safety crews, he is allowed to continue.
Correct. This is a no-chase race, so nobody can help anybody except for a fellow competitor or Ultra4 USA or MAO staff. And that's JT Taylor, our race director, and Liam O'Donnell, 23, our USAC rep out there helping getting that car righted. As we're back at the AMSOIL hot pits.
This is what we call a luxury recovery when your race director is doing it for you. So they'll be working fast here to make a connection on that vehicle. I can't see a number yet, but he'll be kicking himself. And these ruts, as you come around that final corner, they're nearly 1.5 feet deep now. And it's so easy just to catch a sidewall, and the next thing you're bicycling, and we saw so many bicycles yesterday. And it's also worth noting, I mean, how many rollovers did we see yesterday, Miles? I mean, it must have
14 plus, I think.
Yeah, it was an incredible number. And when we say rollovers, they're all soft. They're just flipping onto their sides. I believe we had one Oklahoma Turtle. But
I like that, the Oklahoma Turtle.
And you can see cars coming around. Now, what will be happening is our course officials will be standing below this rolled vehicle. They'll be showing a yellow flag.
So it's a local caution. So slow down for the incident. As soon as you pass the incident, wide open racing.
Exactly, as we watch the 417 of Justin Barth going past us there. So great to see Justin going well. So yes, they'll be showing a yellow flag as they start to bring this vehicle back over.
There's the 335 of Colin Smith. And now Cody Quattlebaum. Looks like both driver and co-driver got out of the vehicle. Not sure exactly what happened there.
Yeah, no, it's interesting they got out, but equally, they might not be expecting to have been recovered. So a lot of these cars, in fact, a lot of the time, our safety briefing, they will actually say to the drivers and the co-drivers, depending on where you roll, stay in the vehicles. But driver and co-driver are definitely out.
And another car stopped to make sure his fellow competitor was okay. That is a class act right there.
So we just got eyeballs on that at the moment as we're back down into the forest, and look at this fantastic stuff.
Like it's Jeremy Blackburn in that RS1 Polaris coming up and out towards that little rollover we just had. So we should see him on camera heading towards the race line start finish very soon. Thanks again to Handy Industries and Raceline Wheels. And there's Jeremy Blackburn coming into screen. Caden Hunt. I am sorry. That is Caden, the young Caden Hunt that we were just watching in that single-seat RS1 Polaris.
Yeah, we just saw there as the 717. That'll be Mike McCleary, who had stopped to see if the other car was okay. Flowing through now is the 529 and the 375.
529 is Cody Willenberg.
And Josh Owens in the 375. So it looks like the rolled vehicle is now up and running again. And they have exited the race course, so maybe they have a problem. Another car crossing the line now, and that is car 45. That's Rodney Van Preppen.
That's a Yamaha. He's a factory Yamaha racer. It's cool to see them. They're racing over in the side-by-side short course series and over here with us at Ultra4 USA.
Well, let's talk a little bit about that, because there are, we have what I love about the UTV racing is you can literally go down the road to your UTV shop, buy a UTV, and with a few safety modifications, bring it out here and race with your superheroes. And that's very cool. So we've got the Polarises, we've got the Can-Ams, we've now got Speed UTV, we've got Honda, we've got Yamaha, and all
a little bit of everybody. I love all the factory support.
Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic to see. Oh,
wheel action. We got a pass. That is Robert Liebel, I believe, passing Shane Roberts. What a great race.
Now, I'm just looking here at the time. I reckon we're only about 4 to 5 minutes out from seeing our race leader coming back round.
We're on the same page. I was doing the same thing. I was doing my math. Nathan Parker should be coming around here very soon. There's Owen Van Efferen. JT Strickland. Steven Rogers. And on screen is Jeff Donda. That is the Amsoil hot pits. You can see them on the left. We're back floating through the woods. Oh, JT Strickland pulled into the Amsoil hot pits. And what do we mean by hot pits? You can pull in there and work on your car during the race. It's a no-chase race. Nobody can help you except for in the Amsoil hot pits.
Absolutely. When they're in the Amsoil hot pits, then you can actually have your crew dive on board. And we'll just get images there. This is what I love about Mid-America Off-Road. Okay, we need a dust truck. They put a dust truck down.
We've got 2 of them. There's another field a little further away. That one's splattering the hay field over there. But yeah, we're going to water in between because it's dusty out here. It rained a couple days ago, but it's already dried up.
And yet in the woods, there is actually still a lot of moisture in the ground. And that's why I think this is going to be such a fantastic race.
It's going to be great. And don't forget, we need to give a huge shout out to Speed Sport, our official broadcast partner. And stay tuned for a 1-hour special that'll be airing soon on Speed Sport. Be a little highlight reel from all of these races, and then a really nice piece for the 4400 Unlimited class. Be racing tomorrow afternoon. And we've got a battle coming out of the woods.
That's the 4906 and 95, followed by the car 22 there.
Mike McClure and Todd Rimreed.
You got it. Now, I've got a feeling that's the 522. I think that was
the
car we...
That's Nathan Tater-Seiler.
Now, I think that might be the car that we saw roll over.
I don't think so, because that car's already gone. And
No. He went out of the tape and came back in, then went off to the left and came back in. I think that might have been it, but I'm really done guessing at that. But it would make sense if it was. And that is the 227 there crossing the line.
Jackson Plummer and Andrew Shipman. Here comes another Yamaha. You can hear them shifting. So let's talk about that. Most of these UTVs are a CCV, so it's like a golf cart. It has a belt on it where you have one gear, you go. Well, the Yamahas have an actual transmission, so you shift gears.
They do indeed. Now, there are some advantages to that. With the CCV systems, they run with a belt. The belts can overheat, the belts can break up, and we're guaranteed to see some belt failures out there on track today. You don't get that with the Yamaha because it is running a proper transmission. And we've got more action now. Another car crossing the line. And this is the 1571. That is Scott Burton making his way through. Oh, now look at this. Is this...
Yes, our physical race leader, Nathan the Phenom Parker, just rolls through. What is his lap time at? 14:50, so lap traffic is absolutely starting to set in already. He's 44 seconds slower, but remember, he took off with clean air, nobody in front of him, and threw down that 14:06.
Now, we also have to talk about racecraft here, Miles, because if you're already running a 45-second lead, you don't need to be hanging on that throttle quite as hard. You don't need to be finding those tenths of a second in every single corner. You can start thinking about saving your tyres. You can start thinking about getting that car to the finish, and that's most important. And this is the kind of racecraft that takes years to develop, and this young gentleman is 14 years of age. Is he going to have the experience to be able to do that?
Yeah, only time will tell. He just showed us in Montana. He's fresh off his win out there, so he's learning quick, he's learning good, and that young man can drive.
Oh, he can indeed. He's very impressive indeed. And still the action continues here. So the 40 runners and riders started earlier this afternoon.
44 took off the line, 2 at a time every 30 seconds. This race is on adjusted time.
20 seconds.
No, it was 30 seconds. Yep. Okay. Later on, both UTVs will be 2 at a time every 30 seconds, and then this evening will be 1 at a time every 30 seconds for the 4600 stock class, and then tomorrow's racing will be 1 at a time every 20 seconds.
Gotcha.
I think. We'll do our best. So how far back is Chris Johnson?
Okay,
where's Brandon Minnick?
Well, we've got a car coming out that's looking wounded at the moment.
No, that is Liam O'Donnell.
No, that is Liam O'Donnell. Our USAC director.
Peyton Dunford.
Car 700. Yeah, so Liam just getting off the race course there.
Peyton Dunford, the Dirt Princess, with her dad, Jarrell Dunford, riding shotgun. Don't forget, this is a double points race for Nationals and East and West Series points. So this is a big, big race for everybody involved. And Nathan Parker has a great run going with Montana's win. If he can hold this run together and get double points here, he's going to be looking pretty going into the National Championship.
Yeah, there's so much going on in all of these races, and it's fantastic to see.
Our next Ultra4 USA race is in Pottsville, Pennsylvania at famous Reading Outdoors for our second Eastern Series race. So everything's getting shaken up. And right now, this is the 2023 Can-Am Visions Week for Ultra4 USA.
Now, shortly ago, we just saw Nathan Parker crossing the line in first position.
Where's Chris Johnson? Where's Brandon
More
Minnick?
importantly, where's the rest of the field? Because this young man is pulling out a massive lead right now.
So is there a bottleneck we can't see on screen, or is he just really moving around everybody out there?
Absolutely. Now let's talk about the either-ors. What are either-ors?
So it's a part of the course where there's two arrows on it. One goes left, one goes right. You can take either. It's a great opportunity to pass somebody. So if I'm racing and I'm on somebody, he goes right, I'm going left. You already have your favorite line picked up because you pre-ran all week. But if you have somebody in front of you chasing their dust, they go left, you go right. Worst case, you come around, you're still behind them. Best case, you get around them.
Absolutely. You can put the pressure on, make them think that you're right up there, right on their backsides, and then hopefully you can make them make a small mistake and you take advantage.
So here is Aaron Lynch, number 113. So where is Brandon Minnick? Where is Chris Johnson? Aaron Lynch moves from 4th to 2nd place. What a great, great run by Aaron Lynch.
Yeah, we can only guess what's happening, but let's not forget we were talking about it earlier. Flat tyres, belt degradation, all of these things can play a part in this type of racing. As I say, rollovers or anything else out there on course. We can hear cars now thundering away in the distance. And it
There's
sounds like
Jeremy
we might be having
Blackburn
come on through.
Coming into screen, he's chasing him through with the FPV drone. Our production crew is doing an amazing job dodging all these leaves. These guys and gals are doing some great work, bringing you some of the best live racing action here at Mid-America Outdoors, just outside of Jay, Oklahoma for Ultra4 USA. And Jeremy Blackburn crossing the race line, start-finish, and looking smooth.
And we've got another car coming out the woods right now.
Oh, and look at the front of that car. So he had an issue. He clipped a tree or something. right front of Brandon Minnick's car is completely tore up, and Mike Park is giving it all he's got trying to get around number 64 of Kurt Mackey. We've got a drag race trying to head towards the AMSOIL hot pits.
That's why we come out here, Miles. That's why we love Ultra4 racing. We love this stuff.
And there's a great shot of Brandon Minnick there. Oh, he missed the entrance to the AMSOIL hot pits, and a tire flies off. That was Kurt Mackey. So look, he's already passed the AMSOIL hot pits, so he's going to have to run to the pits. He can physically run to the AMSOIL hot pits, but none of his crew member can go onto course. So he is in a perfect, terrible situation for help. He can see help, he just can't use the help.
Yeah, look at that. The whole rear hub is missing off that vehicle. As we've got another vehicle now making his way up towards the start-finish straight. And we see wheels off the ground there, and that is the car 69.
Cameron Dickey. He just had a birthday yesterday, so he's celebrating a full, long weekend. Mr. Cameron Dickey, happy birthday, buddy.
And that is the car 430 there of Jason Woodford. And Jason is on a flyer, started in 15th position. By my reckoning, I think he's made his way up into the top 6.
Jason Wofford is fresh off his win in Rush, Kentucky for our first Eastern Series race. So Jason Wofford has a great season. And look at that. These ruts are getting so deep, they're coming out of the woods and just catching the angle.
Yeah, and that is the 211
of Ian Dickey and Michael Sabo out of Norfolk with Ian Dickey Racing.
Yeah, so they've dropped a few places there. Be interesting to know where they've had problems.
So let's run through the top 8. It's Ian Dickey.
In 7th is Brian Starrett.
Aaron Lynch.
In 5th, we just seen coming through is Cameron Dickey.
In 4th is Brandon Minnick.
And Brandon Minnick is first in our open UTVs.
Then his 3rd is Jeremy Blackburn.
In 2nd, we just saw him cross the line, is Jason Woodford.
And starting on that pole position and hasn't looked back yet, the young man Nathan the Phenom Parker.
So Jason Woodford has not only gone from 15th position, he's gone from 15th position to 2nd position overall. That's a fantastic run there from Jason. And just looking at the adjusted times.
Looks like he's about...
Looking to me...
about 4 minutes back.
Yeah, so it just shows you the dominance there of Nathan Parker.
So, no, I was reading my math wrong. It's about 2.5 minute lead, Nathan Parker over Jason Wofford. Remember, you can go to live.ultra4racing.com for the same live timing we have here in the Can-Am desk.
So we've got more runners and riders making their way up onto the start-finish straight now. 2 cars, we've got a drag race going on there.
That is Papa Poe and James Cantrell battling it out, crossing the race line start-finish. And right behind him is the number 336 of Tanner Edmonds.
Yeah, so Philip Poe, or Papa Poe as we like to call him, has made his way up from 20th position. So he is on a flyer.
Papa Poe is heading into the AMSOIL hot pits. And that is 75 feet off of racecourse. Did Papa Poe, he just pulled in and pulled out, so was that a visual?
Straight out, yep, or maybe picking up a bottle of water or something.
Great shot of our Project X green tape that's keeping everybody safe and sound away from the course.
Now let's talk about that. Most of these teams are going to be fitted with rugged race radios, so they'll be talking to their pits. They'll be saying to them, hey guys, we're going to be coming in. Can you pass us something through the window or something? So we can only guess, maybe a spare belt, could be maybe water, could be something else.
And he could be taking parts for another teammate as well.
Exactly. As we watch the 4954.
That is Robert Price with Natural State Racecraft. He's running his Polaris, worn MRT tires, and Raceline wheels.
Yes, he's keeping together a nice, good pace there. And another car coming around to cross the line now. And that is the 614.
That is Mitchell Riccelli out of Beaver Dam, Virginia with ISG Racing, with East Coast Earthworks, ISG Rentals, Maxed Out Performance, G-Force Suspension, CA Technologies, MRT Tires, Tire Spine, Muscle Race Wheels, Evo Power Sports, Streamline Brakes, S&B Filters, RCV Axles, Rock Knockers, and Rugged Race Radios.
He's got a lot of stuff on that car.
He's got a lot of parts on there. Here comes out of the woods is Mr. Justin Barth, number 417, out of Springfield, Missouri, with Barth Racing, and Anthony Out is riding shotgun. He's running a Polaris RZR, RCV, MRT, Walker Evans, Warren, Hess Motorsports, PCI, G-Force, Fox, Keller Performance, HCR, and ZRP.
Yeah, he's looking really relaxed this weekend and hoping for a good result, and he's going very well right now. But at the moment, it's all about that young man. It's all about Nathan Parker, who's stretching his lead at the front of this race. He qualified so well yesterday, and he's dominating at the early stages. It's a fantastic afternoon for racing here at Visions 2023, and look at this, more traffic making their way towards the start-finish line. And I love this wooded section, Miles. And when you get out into the main part of the course, there are so many gullies and valleys like this. It's an amazing place to race. Just check out how deep these ruts are as they come up over the top there. Takes it nice and controlled. And that looks like that is Jody Ford in car 140. So I think Jody must have had some issues out on track. He started in 8th position, and he certainly dropped away as we watch the 033 and the 717. 717 is Mike McCleary crossing the line. Some fantastic racing action here, Miles.
It is so much fun going on. I'm trying to do a little housekeeping here. We have
we're good.
Byron Starrett is actually 904. We have him as 9001, so I'm trying to get that straightened out. I apologize.
As we watch the 335 crossing the line.
Again, if you are just tuning in, we thoroughly appreciate each and every one of you. Welcome to the 2023 Visions Off-Road presented by Can-Am. This is Ultra4 racing at its finest. We are here at Mid-America Outdoors in Jay, Oklahoma for this double points race.
We are indeed. Now let's talk a little bit about these vehicles, because they're limited on tyre size and they're limited on what they can...
Well, the stock cars are limited.
You got it. The stock cars are limited on their tyre size, but the open class cars, they're not limited, are they?
They are. So stock is 33-inch max, open is 35-inch max.
Exactly. So, but that 35-inch could be a big advantage in those ruts out there today.
Yeah, just look how big. This is a great example. Those you can just see where the tire disappear in that rut.
Great view there as looks like the 44.
That is Robert Liebel with Tony Busby riding shotgun out of Quinlan, Texas, with Liebel Racing in his Can-Am with Rigid Excavation, Dallas Karting Complex, DFW ATV, Scott's Custom, Cabinets, CT Raceworks, UTV Race Shop, Double E Racing, Skinny Pedal Works.
Yeah,
he was a KOH rookie in 2023.
Yeah, I can only surmise that he might have had some problems out on track. He started on the 3rd row of the grid today in 6th position, and he certainly dropped away from the leaders. And there could be so many problems out there. One of the other issues, a lot of these vehicles have electric power steering, and quite often that can fail. It makes it very difficult to control these vehicles. As the 465 crosses the line.
Caden Hunt with Team Indiana. The young man, I believe he's 16, 17 years old as well. We'll see his dad, Chad Hunt, and his wife, or his mom, Nikki Hunt, husband-wife combo, racing in the 4400 class
this Chris
tomorrow
Johnson?
afternoon.
That's the 529 there.
That is Cody Willenberg.
It is Cody Willenberg. Well spotted.
The race line wheels start-finish line.
I love these drone shots we're getting here, Miles. And that is the 375. And that is Josh Owen.
With his son Brady Owen actually driving. You can have one fill-in driver per season. Josh was unable to make it, so he sent his son Brody down here to have some fun, run for some points.
And as you said before, this is a double points race here at Visions 2023 at Mid-America Off-Road. As he crosses the line right now to start a new lap. Now, I'm looking at the timings here, Miles, and I'm looking at 43 minutes coming up. So I reckon we're going... Now, this is where racecraft comes in. You don't want to do more laps than you absolutely have to. So does Nathan Parker want to back it up a bit, slow it down? Is he watching the times? Does he
That's
know
a
what
good
he's got?
idea. So are you going out for the extra lap, or if you slow down, you're not? I see what
Exactly,
you're saying.
yeah. See, this is racecraft. This is where you need to have your team talking to you. As car 5 crosses the line.
Owen Van Eperen with Yamaha Racing.
Now, this is where you need to have your team looking at it and trying to work things out, because you do not want to be doing an extra lap if you don't need to. So are they
There's
thinking
some
about
strategy
that?
there for sure.
Strategy indeed. So let's see what he does. I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're going to see Nathan Parker coming through inside of 45 minutes. But let's see what happens.
There's a Yamaha, it looks like, of Shane Roberts possibly. And it is. Shane Roberts with Two Fang Racing. He was the one that took off about 10 seconds after the green flag dropped. Not sure what happened, but he was able to keep going. I believe this is Cody Quattlebaum's dad.
Oh, lovely exit there. Onto the start-finish
Did you
straight.
see how he jumped
Yeah.
out of the ruts to get out of them and then was able to make that corner?
And that makes such a different noise to the other UTVs that we see out there on the course. Very distinctive, these Yamahas.
Yeah, the Yamahas, you can hear those for sure. With the Van Eperens, they got the loud exhaust. Shane Roberts with his. There's AJ Stratman crossing the start-finish
Now,
line.
I've got some news for you. We haven't seen Nathan Parker come round, and 45 minutes has now passed. So, very interesting. It's going to be interesting to see what happens now.
There's Mike McClure, and he is all over the back to AJ Stratman.
Now, we were looking at the pace that he was at, and he was running the sort of 13 minutes and 14 minutes.
Oh, but did the live.ultra4racing.com just flashed? There's a heads-up loop out there, so he made it past that, so we should see him here very, very soon.
Yeah. But my point being is that he has lost a lot of time on this lap.
Well, I think we were talking about that earlier. Lap traffic is really starting to set in.
Oh, who's this? That is our race leader, isn't it?
Oh, and he is, yes. Nathan Parker, our physical race leader, is missing his left rear tire and wheel altogether. So he is limping into the Amsoil hot pits, but he's doing a lot of damage to that left rear. The caliper is bent. He's going to lose all of his brakes. The Amsoil hot pits are extremely busy right now as we see Nathan Tater-Seiler heading into the Amsoil hot pits. And this is going to be interesting. I hope we can get a great shot of Nathan Parker and see how long he's going to be in the Amsoil hot pits.
Right. We need to fire up our unofficial stop clock here. Yeah, so there it is. That is Nathan Parker.
He is in the Amsoil hot pits as we speak. What a heartbreaker. Did he bust the studs off it? I mean, this could be a quick and easy fix or a long fix. There's Nathan Seiler in the Amsoil hot pits. And you can see the fuel suit. So if when they're fueling, you have to have a full fuel apron and helmet. Nobody else can touch the car until he's done. So the fuel guy is actually waiting for the spare tire.
I think this might be Chris Johnson coming round right now.
It is Chris Johnson.
It is 354. So that is our new physical race leader.
Chris Johnson may be off a lap there.
No, I think you might be right, actually. We will see.
Yeah, I think Chris Johnson is down a lap. So
good call there, Miles.
Trying to keep up with live.ultra4racing.com.
Now, that is the 778.
That is Jason Tidwell.
Now, we're looking for Jason Wofford to make his way through.
Jason Wofford started a fairway back.
15th. And did make his way up into second position. Now, we were looking there. Nathan Parker lost around about, I reckon he lost about 4 to 5 minutes on that last lap, trying to come back in with that.
With a left rear wheel.
Exactly. But that would have put Jason, in theory, right up behind him, and we haven't seen Jason yet. I love this racing, Miles. It's absolutely fantastic. You never know what's going to happen.
Just when you think you have it figured out, Nathan Parker comes with missing a left rear wheel.
It's the 4916 there crossing the line.
That is Rich Burst with Chad Martin riding shotgun out of Castle Rock, Colorado with Genesis Motorsports. And a Polaris Pro XP with Rhinos, Walker, Trinity, Aftermarket Assassins, Brannick, HCR, and Rigid.
So at the moment, the only man who's gone out to start his third lap is Nathan Parker. And right now, he is still sat in the pits. Have they got the spares to be able to fix that vehicle?
I sure hope they do, because this young man has such a great run going, but he's got a great team. Team Momentum's out here. He's got Kyle Chaney on his team. He's got all of Team 904 helping them out as well. So they got a great group of guys. Brian Fulcher's in the pits.
And that is car 106 crossing the line now.
of Steven Rogers with R Motorsports and his Polaris Pro XP, MRT tires, Extreme Razor Performance, and R&S Tile.
I was chatting to his co-driver last night at the rodeo. Did you know there was a rodeo here, Mars?
Yeah, I went to it last night. It was awesome. Who is Steven Rogers' co-driver?
Good question. Couldn't tell you his name.
Oh, lovely. You just talked to him.
Yeah,
I got
lovely
you.
chap. He was very excited for today, so it's great to see them out there. Had a rollover yesterday in qualifying. Oh, look at this. Side-to-side action.
Two single-seaters. That's Jeremy Blackburn, and could it be Jason Wofford?
That was the 1517. That
is
Scott Burton.
So Scott Burton and Jeremy Blackburn. So how far back is Jason Wofford? Oh, so Jeremy Blackburn just physically moved into second. So that means he's probably going to be passing Nathan Parker in the Amsoil Hot Pit. So it could be Jeremy Blackburn out front in this UTV stock race. This is his best race he's got going. Super excited for Jeremy Blackburn.
That's a fantastic run there.
Our next car coming through is going to be Byron Starrett.
It is indeed.
So Byron Starrett in third place physically, but he's probably going to be passing Nathan Parker in the Amsoil Hot Pits. So I believe it's Jeremy Blackburn, then Byron Starrett, and then Parker is still in the Hot Pits. I don't have a visual, but that's what it's looking like.
So as we're waiting for the next cars to come round, and you can see, we're just watching now, the 211 crossing the line. And the 211 is Ian Dickey, started in 4th position this afternoon. And he moves up into, he is actually currently running first in the UTV Open class.
Remember, there are 2 races at the same time. They're racing with each other, but scored separately. This could be Jason Wofford.
Yeah, I believe that is the car 430. That is Jason Wofford crossing the line now. So he was physically in 2nd position at the start of that lap, and he's now moved to 3rd position.
But I think it's going to be 2nd when we're still waiting on confirmation of Nathan Parker.
Exactly. And it's worth talking about the adjusted time there. So even though we saw Ian Dickey crossing the line ahead of Jason, Jason is ahead of Ian Dickey on adjusted time.
They took off 2 at a time every 30 seconds. This race is on adjusted time. 1.5 hours plus the white flag. It's an 8-mile loop.
And we're just over halfway in this race now. 51 minutes they've been running out on this course. And this course is tough.
That could have been Peyton Dunford going around the Amsoil Hot Pits.
I'm very surprised at how many cars we're actually seeing come around that still have their tyres in the rack. I thought this race was going to be incredibly heavy on tyres.
I think the course is going to start deteriorating, and I think you're right. I think it's going to get harder and harder on tires. So I think the Amsoil Hot Pits is going to be exciting.
Yeah, I think particularly during that pro modified UTV race that we're going to see after this one, I think we're going to see a lot more tyre damage, that's for sure.
So Aaron Lynch just crossed over the heads-up loop, so we should see him coming up here very, very soon. And there he is, the 113 of Aaron Lynch, but it looks like a left rear flat, possibly?
Yes.
Yes, left rear flat for Aaron Lynch.
Now, does he know he has a flat? That's the other thing.
He looked a little off pace, so I believe he does. We'll see if he pulls in the Amsoil Hot Pits.
And I know it sounds ridiculous to people sitting at home to
there
think,
he is.
Does he know he has a flat? But quite often these vehicles, they are so incredibly capable. If the tyre is only a little bit soft, you're just not sure. In fact, remember last year at Legends, we saw Waylon Campbell blowing through the pits with an obvious flat on the rear.
Yes, but he didn't know he had it. That was at Legends of the Fall in Disney, Oklahoma. So let's, while everybody's tuning in, we thoroughly appreciate everybody. We need to give a huge shout out to Raceline Wheels, Amsoil, Mid-America Outdoors, Mile Marker,
Spider Tracks, Brannick Motorsports, Yukon Gear and Axle, and Wheeling.
Rugged Race Radios, Project X Off-Road, Speed Sport, Can-Am, Good Boy Vodka,
360 Wraps, Optima Batteries, the Off-Road Syndicate, American Outdoor Events, and King of the Hammers.
So please support who supports the sport. Without all those amazing marketing partners, we would not be racing here today during the Can-Am Visions for Ultra4 USA.
And got to say a big shout out to Funhaver, who are also one of our newest sponsors and promoters for this sport. And we're going to be seeing their 2 superstars, Lauren Healy And of course, Vaughn Gittin Jr. They're going to be racing with us tomorrow. Vaughn's going to be in third position on the grid as James Cantrell crosses the line in the 817.
Driving
Brian
for
Hamby.
Brian Hamby and Tom Liu riding shotgun. Great shot of James Cantrell really pushing strong. Brian Hamby's got to be super excited. He blew around the Amsoil hot pits.
So our lead cars have now completed 3 laps. And we have 6 cars that have now completed those. Sorry, 7 cars. Aaron Lynch in 7th overall. In 6th is Brian Hamby.
In 5th is Ian Dickey.
In 4th is Brian Starrett.
In 3rd is Jason Wofford.
And our current race leader is Jeremy Blackburn. But
And
Nathan
where
Parker,
is Nathan Parker?
Indeed.
We are not sure. Jim, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it. That's the Brannick Bowl right there. What do you think of that?
That works for me.
We have 2 cars coming up the Brannick Bowl. One with a right rear flat, one with a left rear flat, it looks like. The tires, you called it, Jim. The tires are really getting beat up out there.
Yeah, and 417 is making hay in the sun there. That was Justin Barth taking advantage of both of those cars having flat tires.
Getting around both of them, Justin Barth and there's Tim Hooper. He'll be racing with us tomorrow afternoon in the 4400 class, helping a fellow competitor.
And that's the 140 there.
That is Jody Ford with Team Indiana.
And so the pits are starting to get busy now. Now, who's got the fastest team?
There's Papa Poe. He was the one with the flat tire. And I love this. All teams on deck. That was a guy from a team over just coming over to help him. His car's not there. That's John Rance. He's racing tonight. He's pitted right next to him. So I'm going to go help my buddy.
And that was Joshua Smith, who's just blowing through the start-finish there.
And there's Jeremy Tipton. He'll be riding with Dwayne Garrettson tomorrow morning, helping out Papa Poe. I love that. There's 3 different teams there helping out Papa Poe change that tire. All hands on deck. That's what the Ultra4 USA family is all about. Everybody wants to be everybody at their finest. So if nobody's in their pits, they're helping whoever they can.
Exactly. But you'd notice the way that they were all there already ready to go. That means he'd been on his rugged race radios. He'd been saying, hey guys, I got a flat tire. Can you help me out?
And there's the Spider Tracks backstretch, a fun little fast area coming in between a couple hay fields. So there's plenty of passing opportunity on this 8-mile course.
Oh, looks like he got a bit premature there.
And look how many cars are in the Amsoil hot pits. Lots of action. They want to double, triple check the tires. Going to stay on the car. That red tape's defining.
I don't think they're quite ready for Formula One, but that wasn't a bad stop there, Miles.
So right in that tree row is that creek section they have to run, and it's a really fun little creek section. You got to run that yesterday, didn't you?
I did indeed. I
it's
absolutely loved it.
It's a very beautiful little creek.
Yeah.
But we're going to burn it in good.
Indeed. Anybody who's watching in Europe, this course is so reminiscent of the big forests that we see out in Eastern Europe, in places like Croatia, Slovenia, etc. You'd really enjoy this. You drop into the woods and you've got those gullies and valleys, and then you come out onto those open stretches of grassland. Fantastic race course put together by our race director, JT Taylor.
And you've won quite a few races over there, haven't you? You got 100 wins on your belt, if I'm not mistaken?
Yeah.
You race over with Ultra4 Europe quite a bit.
Yeah, Ultra4 Europe.
You've raced King of Hammers a few times, done very well.
Yeah. But this isn't about me, Miles. This is about these fantastic racers over here and what they're doing. Oh, I love that. As you see this, Justin Barth has made his way up now into the top 5. So that's great to see. And let's just have a quick look at our scoreboard here.
That is our Optima Battery leaderboard.
Indeed. And the top 5 at the moment is completely dominated by the UTV stock class. In 5th position is Justin Barth.
In 4th is Byron Starrett.
In 3rd, it is Jason Wofford.
In 2nd is Jeremy Blackburn. And I think he's actually in 1st.
I think so as well, because
Nathan Parker. Of Nathan Parker.
Indeed, but this will start to iron itself out as they come round for the next lap.
That was number 335 of Colin Smith in his Can-Am with CT Raceworks, MTS, S&S Contracting, McGuire, and Edmonds Excavating.
And I reckon we're around about 5 to 6 minutes out from seeing our lead vehicles coming back round again.
That was Mark McCleary.
That is car 33 there, making his way through, and that's Cody Quattlebaum. It just looked like that right-hand front wheel, there was given a real wheel wobble there, so I hope he hasn't got a steering joint problem. Oh, and he's coming into the pits now. So let's just see if he does stop there. If you're just joining us, welcome to the 2023 Visions presented by Can-Am here at the Mid-America Off-Roads in Jay, Oklahoma. It's a beautiful day, the sun is shining, the skies are blue, and I'm joined, and sitting alongside me is the one and only voice of Ultra4. It's Miles Hasselquist. How are we doing?
I'm doing great, Jim. It's always a pleasure bringing you all the way over from England to come with us. You've been helping us at King of the Hammers for such a long time. You come in for the Nationals every once in a while. I think you're coming to Legends of the Fall and Havasu as well here in just a few months, and you'll see in Crandon. Yeah,
indeed,
so,
yeah.
Pam Hall's stepped over. She's on the side-by-side stuff. She usually sits with me, but we got our good buddy Jim Marsden helping us out with some stuff, and it's been so much fun, so much going on with this off-road festival.
It is indeed, and I just love how this sport is growing all the time. Last year we saw Ultra4 USA convert to a new owner.
Yeah, Jason and Gayla Robinette picked up the series and are doing some great things with it. Dave Cole still has King of the Hammers and is really focusing on that. And last year, or actually earlier this season, the first race for Ultra4 USA was King of the Hammers, and it was something special.
It is indeed, and this is going to be a wonderful thing for the sport. We're going to see the growth of King of the Hammers, and we're going to see the growth of the USA Domestic Series. And I love that, and it's great to see these partners working together to help to develop what we love, and that is Ultra4 racing.
These are the Swiss Army knives of off-road. We're racing the UTVs right now, but later on tonight you'll see the 4600 Spider Track stock class. They'll be taking off at 5 p.m. And tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. is the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class racing with the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. And then at 1 p.m. the 4400 Unlimited class presented by Good Boy Vodka.
Yeah, and that is the 529 there. Crossing the line.
That is Cody Willenborg. We've heard his name quite a bit. He's running a pretty solid run.
Yeah, just looking to see where he is on our scoreboard at the moment. I think he might be a lap down, actually.
He's sitting at 12th in the UTV stock.
So a solid run there from Cody.
So he is on the lead lap.
He is. But it was all about that young man, Nathan Parker, earlier today. But Nathan's had a problem. We saw him crossing the line earlier with the entire left rear missing off his vehicle.
We have 17 cars out there on lap 3 of, who knows, it's an hour and a half plus a lap. I really love this format because JT and I, we'd sit down and discuss what we'd lay out the course. Then we'd guess how fast you think these guys and gals are going to do it. So let's say we guess them at 10 minutes and it's going to take, let's do 10 laps. That's an hour of racing, right? Well, then we miss it. They run it in 7 minutes and we're shorting them of their racing time. So I love the hour and a half plus a lap format. And then the 4400 class is 2 hours plus a lap.
Yeah, that was Owen Van Perrin crossing the line in car 5. So a solid run there for him. And in our UTV Open class, currently at the moment, it's currently Ian Dickey, followed by Philip Poe, or Papa Poe as we like to call him. And then in third, it is Robert Price, who's sitting in 9th overall and 3rd in class. And that is the 354 there. That is Chris Johnson just crossing the line. Now, he started on the front row of the grid earlier today, but it does look like he's been having some problems. And Chris Johnson has now completed his 3rd lap, but he is in 19th position at the moment and 15th in the UTV stock class. It's worth noting all of these guys are going to have big stories to tell at the end of this race about what happened, where it happened, etc. And we can only guess and sit and surmise as to what might be happening. But it could be belt issues, it could be tyre issues, or it could be both, all rollovers. We saw a vehicle come in earlier with the fenders all smashed off it, maybe it hit a tree.
That was Brannick Minnick. And now we have the 4906 of AJ Stratman. It sounded like he was popping and stuttering just a little bit.
And he's also got a right rear flat as well, as we watch the 375 coming through there.
Brody Owen and Tyler Harvey.
The 375 is Josh Owen.
With his son Brody driving.
Right, gotcha.
With Mash Your Motor Racing in his Polaris Razor, Outlaw UTV, G-Force, 5-star tuning, and Gear Grabber. Josh, I hate you're not here, but it's pretty cool your son's out there enjoying it. There's Mike McClure. And Nathan Tater Seiler with a drag race across the race line, start finish.
Yeah, they're really hauling the mail there as the 5016 goes through.
Jim, what a great race we have during the 2023 Can-Am Visions Week here with Ultra4 USA.
Yeah, absolutely, Miles. Now, it's very interesting. I've got a feeling we're going to see some big changes coming up very shortly. I think we're going to be seeing our lead vehicles coming round to finish very soon. Now, there's a rasping exhaust note there, and we know that Jeremy Blackburn has a very loud vehicle. Is that Jeremy Blackburn we can hear making his way around?
Only one could guess. And don't forget, we are also going to be giving away some amazing Laser Nut 360 Wrap trophies, thanks to Cody Wagner and 360 Wrap. We'll be giving those away right after this race. Pam Hall should be leaving the side-by-side race here anytime to come over and join us and give away some of that hardware. Ultra4 USA pays first through fifth place.
And the prize funds for these races just keeps on growing. It's fantastic to see. And they'll be handing out, I believe, nearly six figures of payouts through the entire season.
Yeah, it's all together. It's I think almost $500,000 in payouts.
Wow!
It's incredible what Mid-America Outdoors, Jason Gala, Robinette have done with Ultra4 USA. There's the 778 of Jason Tidwell.
Is indeed good to see him still going strong. Started well down the pack after a bad run yesterday in qualifying. Here's some very raspy engines making their way up towards the start-finish. We are expecting to see our race leaders coming through soon as the 4916 comes across the line.
Josh Owen is tuned in watching his son Brody Owen racing, so thanks for tuning in, buddy. Like I said, we miss you here, but it's pretty cool your son's getting to take it for a ride.
And that was the 211 there crossing the line, and that was Ian Dickey. I've got a feeling Ian Dickey is our new race leader. That is our new race leader, Ian Dickey.
In the 4900 Open class, Ian Dickey really turned it up that lap. His fastest lap is a 15:08, but look, Byron Starrett just took the lead over on adjusted time. So Byron Starrett is our new race leader on adjusted time, following Ian Dickey. They took off two at a time every 30 seconds, so right now it's Byron Starrett adjusted time in the lead.
Byron Starrett started on the fourth row of the grid today in 7th position, and Ian Dickey, he started on the 3rd row of the grid in 4th position. Fantastic stuff to see here, Miles.
What a great, great race we have on our hands. This will be a dogfight to the finish.
So we have two vehicles that have now completed 4 laps. That's Ian Dickey and our current race leader, Byron Starrett.
And where is Nathan Parker? Is he still in the
More
pits?
importantly, where is Jeremy Blackburn? And that is the 227 going through there.
That is Jackson Plummer and Andrew Shipton.
And that is the 430 going through.
That is Jason Wofford. Jason Wofford just took the lead on adjusted time. This is going to be a race to the finish, Jim. What a great race we have on our hands. Remember, it is the 4900 stock class and the 4900 open class. So 2 classes racing at the same time, scored separately. But right now, Jason Wofford is on adjusted time winning this race.
Indeed. Now, we were talking earlier about race strategy. Okay, the fact is, right now, there is no race strategy because these top 3 vehicles are within only a few seconds of each other. So they have just got to push and push. But there is 20 minutes left of this race before they see that white flag, which will indicate they'll be going out on their last lap.
And it looks like Jason Wofford has just over a minute lead over Byron Starrett.
Which is not enough to be playing with and starting to plan strategies and to make moves on that.
And then it looks like Ian Dickey's about 50 seconds back.
Now, you are a UTV racer, Miles.
I used to be.
But talk to me about fuel strategy. Have these vehicles got enough to be able to go straight through there?
I believe so. I believe at an hour and a half you can run, because Paul Wolf actually brought this up at our last race. We have a right rear flat here coming out of the woods. But he brought that up that if it's 2 hours, he doesn't think a UTV can run 2 hours. So as a collective, all the UTV racers talk, at an hour and a half plus a lap, they think they can run wide open and not have to worry about fuel.
Yeah, and that was the 4908 there. Jeff Donder crossing the line with a right rear flat, and we'll be seeing him now peeling off into the hot pits.
This is a tough, tough course. It's very fast, very fun, very flowy. but the course is starting to deteriorate. The ruts are getting deeper. The rocks are starting to come out of nowhere. Those creek sections are being very interesting, I'll bet.
Now, you see, what I really love is the fact that how close these classes are. So we've got the
UTVs, huh?
They're a new class. Let's have them. They sound fantastic. We've got the UTV Open class and we've got the UTV Stock class. Now, the interesting thing is on paper, you would think that the Open classes would be the faster vehicles. They're allowed the bigger tyres, they're allowed the turbo engines, etc. And yet it's the stock classes that seem to be dominating.
You are 100% correct on that one. It is a little interesting, but there's a lot more stock cars than Open. There's 33 stock cars out on there and only 13 Opens. So the stock class is very popular.
Yeah, and that was
up next will be the Pro Modified class at 3 p.m. and then at 5 p.m. will be the 4600 Spider Track Stock class. So we have 2 more races yet to come. We are just over an hour, so the white flag should be coming out here in about 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, we just saw the 106 crossing the line there. And he also had a flat tire by the looks of it.
That is Mr. Steven Rogers, and you talked to his co-driver last night, but you can't remember his name, and I don't either.
As I said, very nice chap.
What a great way to start out Ultra4 USA as we saw Josh Smith back on the Spider Track's backstretch.
Yeah, we're loving this race course here at the 2023 Visions presented by Can-Am at Mid-America Off-Road. 1,600 acres of incredible off-road motorsport here.
And here comes Jody Ford and Brant Irwin crossing the race line start-finish.
Yeah, Jody Ford moves to 3rd in class and 4th overall. And that is James Cantrell crossing the line. And he moves up into 3rd in class in the stocks and 4th overall, pushing down Jody Ford.
Brian Hamby, driven by James Cantrell, has a great race under his belt.
Now that is car 40 crossing the line.
That is Jeremy Blackburn.
That is Jeremy Blackburn.
So a right front flat tire for Jeremy Blackburn.
Also, the engine sounded terrible.
I couldn't tell if that was engine or transmission. It sounded very clicky to me. So a right front flat and possibly more.
Now, looking at this vehicle crossing the line here, it looks like he's got some tie rod issues on the rear of this vehicle. Look at the way that tyre's leaning. That is the 426, I believe.
That's JT Strickland.
Yeah,
so
did you see
a
that?
It looks tie rod issue or
yeah.
something. So see if he can limp it along.
Now, the question is, particularly with tie rod issues, does he actually know he has an issue? Fantastic images still coming. Going to say a massive thank you to our production team. We are literally in the middle of nowhere here in Jay, Oklahoma, bringing you these fantastic images.
From the woods, look at this drone shot. It's absolutely amazing. That is an FPV drone, and it's flying. It's got to dodge all these limbs, all these trees, and then if he doesn't, he's the one that's got to hike down and get it, and hopefully it doesn't get ran over.
Exactly. Keep expecting a tribe of Ewoks to jump out at any moment.
Coming out of the Brannick Bowl.
And that is the 614.
That is Mitchell Riccelli.
Mitchell Riccelli, yep. That's 900. That is Nathan Parker.
So Nathan Parker did get his left rear fixed. How far back is he? He is on the lead lap, but moves all the way back to 8th place in class. So he must have been in the pits for quite some time. He still has another lap or two. We'll see if he can make it happen.
He has a lap or two, but this is interesting, okay? I make it that he's something like probably around about 2 minutes, maybe 3 minutes behind the leaders. He's capable, this young man, of being able to wheel that back in. But will he be able to make that many passes?
Yeah, I'm doing my quick math, and it's 9 minutes back.
9 minutes, yeah, so it's a lot. It's a tall order.
That's a lot on an 8-mile course, but anything's possible. He could, if he has a perfect lap or two, move his way up. But it's going to be interesting. But let's go over our Optima Batteries leaderboard on adjusted time. Ooh, we have a car.
It looks like they're changing.
Oh, so they're changing an axle or something.
Yep. And I like that there, where they put the wheel underneath the vehicle.
There's Peyton Dumford that just cruised through. There's the Brannick Bowl. But let's go over our Optima Batteries leaderboard on adjusted time. It is Jason Wofford in first place in stock class.
In second is Brian Starrett, also in stock class.
And at first in class let's keep going stock. Third is Justin Barth.
Then in 4th is Mitchell Kelly.
In 5th is Brian Hamby.
In 6th is Jeremy Blackburn.
7th is Jody Ford.
And in 8th is Chris May.
In 9th is Nathan Parker.
And then it was crossing the line, it was Aaron Lynch in 10th in UTV stock.
And now we'll go to the UTV Open class. First in class is Ian Dickey.
In 2nd in class is Philip Poe, or Papa Poe as we like to call him.
And 3rd is Robert Price.
And 4th is Cody Quattlebaum. As another vehicle, that is Joshua Smith there crossing the line.
And that is our Optima Battery leaderboard.
Yeah, so Joshua Smith not having the race that he would like to be.
Corey Nasso's riding shotgun with Joshua Smith and then hopping in with Levi Shirley tomorrow. So Corey Nasso's really going to know this course well. So that's a huge advantage for Levi Shirley.
Yeah, we just watched there Todd Remereed crossing the line. But the car just doesn't quite sound right, does it?
Well, he's called Turbo Todd Remereed, so hopefully we can get her turboed up and see what happens. But yeah, a lot of these cars are starting. The attrition is definitely starting to set in. We saw our physical race leader, Nathan Parker, pulling the Amsoil Hot Pits, and he was in there for, I'm going to guess, he had a pretty good lead, so he was in there for 10 to 15 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, an hour and a half of racing out in these forests, that is hard work. It's hard on the car, it's hard on the drivers, and it's hard on the co-drivers as well. And we continue with the action here at the 2023 Visions, presented by Can-Am at the Mid-America Off-Road in Jay, Oklahoma. Watching now as our drones follow another vehicle making his way towards the Brannock Bowl. I love Ultra4 racing, Miles. It's absolutely fantastic, and this race is not disappointing. So much action.
Yeah, what a great day of racing we have.
Oh, look at this. He's got a broken tie rod on the back there. You can see it hanging off the vehicle.
I think it's a broken axle. Yes, it is a broken axle that fell out of that car, so he's heading to the Amsoil Hot Pits as well. And we got a race in the Brannock Bowl. Who's going to get on the inside, it looks like? Yes, he does. That is the number 69 of Cameron Dickey getting around the 335 of Colin Smith. There's JT Taylor, our race director. He's heading towards the start-finish line because I believe here in the next 10 to 15 minutes the white flag will be coming out.
And just running through our unofficial top 5 at the moment. In 5th position overall is Mitchell Riccelli. In 4th
is Justin Barth.
In 3rd is Ian Dickey.
In 2nd is Byron Sterrett.
But right now, our current race leader is Jason Wofford.
But only a 1 minute split them on their last lap, so we'll see. They'll definitely get another lap. They'll probably get one more lap in before the white flag comes out.
And there's only been one person so far who's held the lead for more than one lap, and that was Nathan Parker at the beginning of this race.
And yeah, it keeps switching back and forth. What a great race. Remember, you can go to live.ultra4racing.com for the same timing we have here at the Can-Am desk.
And in our top 3 right now, we have 2 different classes as Ian Dickey props up the top 3, and he's racing in the UTV Open.
If you are just tuning in, we thoroughly appreciate each and every one of you. I am Miles Hasquis alongside my good friend of Jim Marsden for the 2023 Can-Am Visions Week. This is Ultra4 Racing at its finest.
Yes, it is, Miles, and let's not forget we've still got so much more racing to come. At 3 o'clock this afternoon, we have got the Pro Mod 4900 GTV class taking to the stage.
And that is a completely stacked field. That is going to be a great race. We have Jay Shaw sitting on the pole. We have Paul Wolf, Kyle Cheney.
Kyle Cheney has not lost a race this year. Has he got what it takes to bring it home again?
He won King of the Hammers. He won Rush. He won in Montana. Can he back it up? The target's on his back.
It is indeed, but there's some massive heavy hitters out there. And what sort of lap times can we expect to see as we watch the 5:29 there of Cody Willenborg crossing the line?
Our fastest lap of the day was a 14:06 by Nathan Parker on his first lap. So that 14:06, I think, is going to be the standard of a very fast lap. Will they get in the 13th? I believe so, but I don't think it's going to be. I don't think it's going to be 13:30. I think it's going to be in the high 13s.
It depends how the course is breaking down, and it's that first lap. It's going to be all about Jay Shaw. If anyone's going to give us the fastest lap, it is going to be Jay Shaw on that opening lap.
Kyle Cheney and Paul Wolf will be right in the mix, but like you saying, there is going to be some dust, some lap traffic. Who takes it? So Jay Shaw's going to be side by side with, who is it? Paul Wolf, right?
Yeah.
So
now it's worth noting.
So who's going to get the early edge?
Exactly. It's also worth noting that these vehicles are so fast through these forests and trails that they were only 3 seconds behind the fastest 4400 class car yesterday.
There's the Spider Track backstretch we just had a glimpse of.
And that is car number 5 there.
That is Owen Van Eperen.
It is.
And there's Cody Qualabom coming up, heading towards the Brannock Bowl. Great shot. Look how deep those ruts are. He's hopping into the second rut. So now there's 3 ruts being developed there in the Brannock Bowl. He's a little bit off pace. Not sure what's going on. The car looks like it's in good shape. But Q-Bombs heading away. There's Owen Van Eperen bypassing the AMSOIL hot pits.
Now, we watched Cody last time coming into the hot pits. Is he going to do the same again, I wonder?
There's a great shot of the Spider Track backstretch. That is Mike McClure, I believe, and possibly one of the Woffords. A little rewind action. This is an 8-mile course, so they're a long ways through the trees. They took off 2 at a time every 30 seconds. This race is on adjusted time. It was an 8-mile lap, an hour and a half. Then the white flag comes out. So I assume it'll be coming out here in the next probably 10 to 15 minutes. Because it's from when the last vehicle took off for the hour and a half.
So more action now as another vehicle makes its way onto the start-finish straight.
That is Caden Hunt. We got another flat tire for the number 522 of Nathan Tater-Seiler. He's had a rough day. He's been in the hot pits a couple times, and I think it was Seiler that was on his side in the Brannock Bowl.
Yeah, I'm fairly sure that it was. So he's going to have some stories to tell in the bar tonight, that's for sure.
Well, tonight is the water show where the jet skis going to be doing backflips. We'll have America Pro Rock doing knockout racing. So I don't think we're going to the bar. We're going to go watch some action tonight. I know my wife and kids are up at the Lazy River having some fun. They're enjoying their pool time. And when we get done racing tonight, we're going to catch up and go watch some America Pro Rock racing. Knockout racing side by side. 1,000 horsepower drag racing up a hill with some moguls, some little jumps. It's going to be a wild show. And then Pastrana may even be involved in some of that. They've got a catapult. They'll be flinging some people into the pond, and lots of fun yet to come tonight. And then wins up downhill Barbie Jeep. I believe that's tomorrow. We have Nitro Cross. We have Nitro Circus. So much going on. So that's coming out of the AMSOIL hot pits. I hear somebody screaming through the woods. There's Byron Starrett, if I'm not mistaken. That's I believe he's going to be our physical race leader and on adjusted time. Byron Starrett coming out of the woods into the Brannock Bowl and heading out for I see the white flag. Is it out? No, it is not out. So the white flag did not come out for Byron Starrett.
Now that's very interesting. Byron Starrett showing as our only vehicle on lap 5.
So our physical race leader and on adjusted time. That is AJ Stratman coming across.
Now he gets the white flag then. That's interesting. We'll be keeping up to date with that story. But at the moment it does look like it is Byron Starrett.
Was that the white flag for him and you just missed it? So I did miss it. The white flag was out for Byron Starrett, so he is out on his final lap. So the white flag is out for everyone else. There's the 778 of Jason Tidwell.
And the 375 just crossing the line now, but he is limping.
So Brody Owen having some issues on his final lap. He'll heading into the Amsoil hot pit.
And we have a change in the lead. It is Jason Wofford, who is now our current race leader on lap 5. In second position is Byron Starrett.
And first in the open class is Ian Dickey. And look at that, about 3 minutes splits out the top 3 after an hour and a half of racing.
Now we've got a fantastic final lap on our hands here. At the moment it is Jason's race to lose, but Byron Starrett has the physical track position on him.
There's Cameron Dickey. We just saw him back at the Spider Track backstretch. And that looks like one of those Yamahas, I believe. Oh, there's the 354 of Chris Johnson.
Yeah, so Chris Johnson, he's having a really tough day in the office.
He started out strong, but having some issues. He started second on the field.
Yeah, it looks like he's changing a belt there, and you can see that the spare tyre was just loosely chucked in the back. So tough day there for Chris Johnson.
And there's Rodney Van Eperen in the Brannick Bowl coming on out. He'll be grabbing the white flag. I believe he is a lap down, but having a great race. So let's go over it again. And on adjusted time, it is Jason Wofford in first.
In second is Brian Starrett.
And that's all we have for the stock class. In first place in open is Ian Dickey. We're waiting for a few more cars to come through, grabbing that white flag for their final lap.
Now, this is really interesting, Miles, because by this time in the last lap, we'd already seen 4 or 5 cars crossing the line. Okay, so where are those cars? Where is Justin Barth? Where is Mitchell Riccoli?
James Cantrell, Philip Poe.
Exactly. Where are all these guys? And most importantly, where is
Nathan Parker? He's going to be pushing hard all the way through the finish. This is the 4900 stock and the 4900 open class. They started racing an hour and a half ago, 2 at a time every 30 seconds. This race is on adjusted time. It's an 8-mile lap, and the white flag's out for the rest of the field. So we should be finishing this race up here in the next 10 minutes or so for the checkered flag. Is it going to be Byron Starrett, Jason Wofford, Ian Dickey, Justin Barth, Brian Hamby, Philip Poe, Jeremy Blackburn, Mitchell Riccelli. Lots of great racing. And then at 3 p.m. we'll be kicking out the 4900 Pro Modified class.
Kicking out or kicking off?
Kicking off. Kicking out, kicking all of it.
Just kicking. What a fantastic afternoon of racing it's been so far. It's been all about the 4900 UTV stock class and, of course, the 4900 UTV open class.
Then we just said the Pro Modified's up next at 3 p.m. And then at 5 p.m. will be the 4600 Spider Track stock class. And then I forgot to mention earlier, at 8 a.m. is our Youth 170 race. And then at 10 a.m. will be the 4500, 4800s. And then at 1 p.m. the 4400 Unlimited class.
Now we've got another vehicle crossing the line there. That is the 227.
That is Jackson Plummer. Oh, I just saw Nathan Parker move into third position on adjusted time. Nathan Parker had the lead, had the whole shot, was doing great, lost a wheel, and then was in the hot pits and was doing great. And Brian Hamby and James Cantrell are right in the mix too. Now, so remember, Nathan Parker started first, so he does not have time on his side. So here is the young man himself, Nathan Parker, physical third, but on adjusted time, I think he's in fourth.
I'm trying to work out how Nathan Parker is, just whether we've got some mixed up things here, because he's just crossed the line, but his time popped up before he crossed the line.
Well, there's a heads-up loop.
Right, okay,
a little bit back for our timing situation.
Thank you for keeping me honest there, Miles.
So we should see Brian Hamby, driven by James Cantrell, here very soon.
That's the 4916 there of Richard Birch crossing the line, closely followed by James Cantrell.
So James Cantrell is in third in class, bumping down Nathan Parker because it is on adjusted time. So right now in the stock class.
But let's just talk about that. Nathan Parker has made up something in the region of around about 4 minutes.
So can he do that on this last lap?
Well, he was 9 minutes behind last time. We've got a proper race in our hands here.
Yeah, it's going to be a race to the finish. So go to live.ultra4racing.com for the same timing we have here at the Can-Am booth.
Yeah, and that was 106 there. Stephen Rogers crossing the line. So Stephen having a great race here.
And look, so Philip Poe and Mitch Riccelli have crossed the heads-up loop, and Jody Ford. There goes Jody Ford.
Jody Ford, and you can see bits of trim and all sorts hanging off of that vehicle.
So Jody Ford is in 4th position in the stock class on adjusted time. So Nathan Parker is moving his way down the line on adjusted time.
Yep.
But Nathan Parker sitting in that 5th position. Can he make it up? Only time will tell. A lot of cars have dropped out. What's the attrition rate going to be? I'm going to say we're going to lose about 30% of the field.
Yeah, I think you're probably spot on there, Miles. This is going to be a very tough race for these cars.
And we were guessing that 14-minute mark earlier in 14:06 by Nathan Parker. But now with the track falling apart a little bit, lap traffic and the dust, I think that 14:06 is going to be tough to beat. There's Cody Quattlebaum coming up the Spider Track backstretch.
Yeah, as we're watching there. Now let's just quickly talk about the pro mods that we've got coming up this afternoon. What size tyres can these guys run? Look. Oh, got a car coming across the line there, shaking his wheels.
That was Chris May coming across. So the Pro Modified is based on an OEM chassis. Aftermarket chassis are allowed. Must use the stock suspension pickup point. Reinforcing is allowed. Must run full front plastics. 1,000cc max. Aftermarket turos are allowed, and a maximum of a 35-inch tire.
Well, Jeremy Blackburn's just crossed the line there in 10th overall and 8th in class. So Jeremy's had some issues out there in class.
Yeah, we saw him with a flat tire earlier. He had a great run. He was leading this race for a little bit. But that's the old saying, is racing. To finish first you must finish.
And the man we haven't seen, who was doing ever so well, was finding himself in a podium place at the beginning of last lap, that was Justin Bath. Where is Justin Bath?
What a great race we have on our hands for the 2023 Can-Am Visions Week here with Ultra4 USA. Huge shout out to Handy Industries and Raceline Wheels for making all this possible.
We're just hearing on our rugged race radios now that 706 is stopped on course. And still the action keeps on coming here, and this race is coming to its final climax very soon. Our current race leader is Jason Wofford on adjusted time ahead of Byron Starrett. Then in first in Open UTV, it is Ian Dickey, who's sitting in 3rd overall. As you watch another car making his way towards the Brannock Bowl. Brakes out, and you can see the change in the ruts there now. 3 defined lines.
There's Aaron Lynch, the number 113, with MF in Performance. Running his Can-Am, MRT, CT Raceworks, ZRP, Tire Spline, Lynchworks, MRT, and G-Force. His first Ultra4 race was Rush, Kentucky in 2021. Jim, what a great race we started with. We still have 2 more tonight and 3 more tomorrow.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I love racing here at Mid-America Off-Road. And this Visions 2023 event just has not disappointed.
There's the Brannock Bowl with Jeff Donda and Philip McJilton out of Wheeling, West Virginia with Metalworks Racing.
And I don't think we're very far off. We're going to be seeing our race leaders coming around very soon to take the checkered flag. Probably around about 5 minutes, I'm guessing.
Yeah, once the white flag comes out, it stays flying for everybody, no matter what lap they are on. Because we do have another race to kick off here in about a half hour.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing those Pro Mod UTVs starting to line up very soon. As was the car there, 69. Popping and banging as it goes across the line, and that's Cameron Dickey,
who had a birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to Cameron Dickey, celebrating in a big way. So much great racing action going on. Make sure to go to AOE.TV, go to MAO and Ultra4 USA Facebook. Spread the word. Let everybody know what's going on. We have the side-by-side, the truck racing, downhill Barbie Jeep, Nitro Cross, Nitro Circus. We have America Pro Rock tonight. So much going on. Go to our social media, figure out what you want to watch, and check it out. But right now, it's Ultra4 USA with the 4900 stock and open classes.
Indeed, but the ones that you really don't want to miss, do not miss tomorrow's racing. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. We're going to be kicking off at 10 a.m.
Well, 8 a.m. with the youth classes.
That's very true. I want to talk about that very quickly. These youth classes are something that have been born in the last 12 months, and they've been doing fantastically well with the 170s. And I know there are rumours now there's going to be another class brought into that as well.
There's discussion about it for sure.
Yeah, exactly. Discussion for bringing that intermediate class in that will allow the growth of these youth classes into the senior classes. So it's fantastic stuff there from Ultra4 USA.
Yeah, tomorrow morning we'll have the unlimited and limited youth 170s. They'll be racing at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. And then at 10 a.m. will be the 4500 Yukon Gear and Axle Modified class and the 4800 Brannick Motorsports Legends class. And then at 1 p.m. it's the 4400 Unlimited class presented by Good Boy Vodka. Those are the biggest and baddest names in our sport, so make sure you plan around it and try to tune in as much as you can. But at 1 p.m. is the big show for Ultra4 USA.
And it's car 335 there crossing the line, and that is Colin Smith.
What a great race we have. We're less than 5 minutes from the leader coming through. Is it going to be Jason Wofford, Byron Starrett? Last time around it was Byron Starrett first, but on adjusted time it was Jason Wofford.
Okay, it looks like I see Chris Johnson coming around and Joshua Smith. So Joshua Smith takes the flag, as does 354 of Chris Johnson.
They're heading out for their last lap, so they'll be back around. It's going to be a tight schedule trying to keep everything going, but we're going to do our best.
Yeah, Chris Johnson, of course, he started in second position alongside the very talented Nathan Parker, and that's the big story this afternoon.
Nathan Parker.
Exactly.
What a tough break. He lost his left rear wheel, went to the Amsoil hot pits for around 10 minutes, had some issues there, but he was able to get it back and going, and he's moved his way up on adjusted time into that 7th position in the stock class, so we'll see if he's got enough on this last lap.
Most importantly, he made up nearly 4.5 minutes on that lap. Has he got what it takes to bring out even more time and get himself on the podium? It would be absolutely remarkable if he could do that.
There's the Spider Track backstretch. What a fun little area.
But right now, it's all about our current race leader, Jason Wofford. And I don't think we're going to be far off from seeing him. Crossing the line now, that is the 529.
Of Cody Willenberg and Randy Dassenbrock.
Having a good solid race there. But it's Jason Wofford, our current race leader.
There's Jody Ford coming into screen at the Spider Track backstretch. It's a fun little area. Lots of, you can really hang it out there. Lots of open hayfield, and you can see the rocks starting to come out of the field. I mean, they are really starting to eat up this course.
They are indeed. And just look at the pace of these cars, Miles. That's absolutely fantastic to see.
Jackson Plummer.
And still the action continues here at the 2023 Visions, presented by Can-Am. This is the UTV stock and UTV open classes.
For Ultra4 USA, is that Van Eperen, I believe? Yes, it is.
Van Eperen is having a solid race there.
This is the 3rd annual Can-Am Visions here at Mid-America Outdoor, just outside of Jay in northeastern Oklahoma at a 1,600-acre park. This place is absolutely amazing. There's a great shot of the Brannick Bowl. We should be seeing some of our leaders coming through there very soon.
That's our hot pit that you can see there.
That looks Amsoil hot pits.
Yeah, that looks like Van Eperen making his way through.
And that's
closely followed by, is that Peyton?
That is Peyton Dumford, I believe.
Yep.
Good call, Jim. We've been racing for an hour and 39 minutes, so we really should see our race leaders in the next probably 5 minutes.
Yep, I think it's even going to be less than that, Miles. Now, as they came across the line last time, it was Byron Starrett who came across the line first, but on adjusted time, it was then Jason Wofford.
What a great race.
Absolutely incredible.
And like we're talking about the heartbreaker, the story of Nathan Parker, who was on the pole, led the first couple laps, had a great lead, lost a left rear wheel, went into the Amsoil hot pits, had some issues, but got it going. Can he Does he have enough time? I'm not sure. It's going to be really close.
Now, this looks like this could be one of our race leaders here
This
coming
is
out.
Byron Sterrett, if I'm not mistaken, the 9004 of Byron Sterrett, doing a great job out of Jacksonville, Florida with Team 904, and the checkered flag is out. But adjusted time,
So
where
now
are
we're racing.
we at?
Now we are waiting. Byron Starrett crosses the line and is our physical race winner, but we now have to wait and see where everybody else is on adjusted time. Jason Wofford, what have you got?
Jason Wofford starting in 15th.
And I can hear noise, I can hear thunder, I can hear motors, I can hear engines as the car exits the Brannock Bowl, making his way.
Turbo Todd Rimreed. He is a lap down, but grabbing the checkered flag. The flag is flying for the
And we've got
rest
another car.
of the
Two
race.
cars coming around now.
Cody Quattlebaum and Ian Dickey. So Ian Dickey just moves into second position. Sorry, first in his class. Ian Dickey grabs the checkered flag for the open class.
He does indeed. Fantastic. Second overall and first
look,
in class.
The heads-up loop, Jason Wofford's coming through. So on adjusted time, I think Jason Wofford is going to bump out Byron Sterrett. So we should see him. There he is. Jason Wofford grabbing the checkered flag, unofficially winning the stock class. We'll see how it shakes out, but he moves into first position, bumping out Byron Sterrett.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic there. Jason Wofford coming across the line in a 1:36.03.